Welcome to the Path to Mindset Mastery. My name is Brad Bizjack. I'm a mindset strategist and coach, international inspirational speaker, and creator of Appreciation Academy. And today we're going to talk about something that has to do with your mindset on the way to business goals, on the way to any goal, on the way to anything in your life, dealing with any problem with your family. This is a universal challenge that people face. And that's when they lean into fear. I remember I deal with this still. This is something that I need to keep using, so I'm going to give you a tool today. So when you face these moments of terror in your business, your life, your family, anything, you can use this one simple skill to lean into faith instead of fear. And what do I mean by faith or fear? Well, when I was starting out, I remember there were a lot of decisions that I had to make that were really, really scary. I do multiple podcasts about this and talking about a be, do, have mindset, right? About how instead of saying, once I have a certain resource, more money, then I'll invest in myself so I'll be successful, we need to reverse it and say, who do I need to be now to do the things to be successful? And we reverse it. Well, one of those things is taking leaps of faith. One of those things that I needed to do was start doing really scary things. Because in your business, in your life, in anything that you want to grow, you will need to face your fears. Because everything you ever want in life is on the other side of fear. Everything you ever want in life is on the other side of fear. So a lot of times what people do though, is they know what they need to do, but they have fear that stops them. That's the one thing that stops us, is fear. And if we try to resist fear, what happens to the fear? It gets bigger, it gets scarier, it gets expanded, and it becomes more impossible to move. If we try to push against the fear, it tightened its grip on us. So how do we break through this? It's really, really simple. We switch what fear means to us in our mind. Because if you ever want to be successful, you will have to do scary things. There's a decision you're waiting to make right now. A decision that you need to make to take your life to the next level right now. But fear has gotten in the way, hasn't it? Happens to me all the time. There's decisions that you need to make on a second basis about which way you're going to choose. Fear or faith. That's what today is about. Which one are you choosing? And faith, I don't mean religion. What I mean by faith is trusting that it's going to be fine. Trusting that the universe has your back. Trusting that it's going to work out. That's what I mean by faith. And it's so important to do that because a lot of times we want to push and fight to achieve. And we want to do it on our own terms. And we almost avoid the universal signs that God, the universe, is giving us. And we just try to pave our own way. And we say, no, I'm going to try to be successful without rejection. It doesn't work that way. Put this in your notes. It's impossible to be successful without rejection. You have to be rejected to be successful, right? It's the only way to be successful is to be rejected. But a lot of people think that there's another way. No, you have to learn how to do this. You have to learn how to lean into fears. If avoidance is your strategy, it's a great short-term strategy for initial emotional peace and relaxation. But it is a very, very great long-term strategy for epic emotional pain. If you avoid your fears, you are in for pain in your life. So think about this. From living in a state of fear, what emotions does it trigger in you? Is it obviously fear, right? But is it a fear of judgment? Is it rejection? Is it boredom? Is it disconnected? Is it anxiety? Is it stress? Is it depressed? What emotions is leaning into fear? Let's say, for example, you want to invest in your personal growth. Let's say that you're working with me and you want to invest in Appreciation Academy. You can go there at appreciationacademy.com. Let's say you want to invest in Appreciation Academy because you know it's going to change the game for you. You know that program is going to change your life forever. And let's say you're on the cusp of taking action. You look at the price. Everyone faces this in personal growth where you're about to invest in yourself. And you look at the price and you see what that price is. And you go, oh man, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know. What will my husband think of me? What if I can't pay for groceries this month? Oh my gosh, what would happen if I do that? And we think in terms of what's the worst case scenario if we take action, right? And so we choose fear in that moment. We lean into fear and we make our decision about something that could radically change your life, Appreciation Academy, based out of fear. If you make decisions on something that can radically change your entire life based on fear, you will never change your entire life. So this is where people thought I was crazy. I would say, no, I can't afford to go to that seminar, so that's why I'm gonna go. And that's how successful people think. They invest in themselves before they are comfortable doing it, before they can do it, they find a way. One of my one-on-one clients Amazing person. I love this girl so much. She sold a couple of her goats to work with me. She found a way to do it because she chose to have faith instead of leaning into fear. Another one got a personal loan to make it work because she wanted to take a leap of faith instead of leaning into fear. So if you make decisions based on fear, you will never have the success that you want. A lot of people think that if they make decisions based on fear and then keep pounding the door of success, it's going to open. My friend, it's not so much how much you pound on the door of success and try to achieve, it's what you let go of. And letting go of that fear and trusting that it's going to be okay and that it's going to work out, that's where the game changes forever. So we have those fear-based emotions of stress, anxiety, overwhelm, all that stuff. But in those moments, if you were to pause and you were to say, you know what, it's going to be okay. It's going to work out. I trust the universe has my back. I trust that God's got my back. I trust that I'm being guided. This feels right in my heart. And you choose to listen to your heart instead of your head. Write this down. If you're in your head, you're dead. If you're in your heart, you feel alive. If you're in your heart, you always make the right decision. If you listen to your heart and lean into what that heart says in a moment where you could choose fear, just like your entire life has led you to. You've been choosing fear your entire life. But in that moment, you look at that Appreciation Academy cost at appreciationacademy.com and you say, you know what? I'm going to do this for me. And you lean into having faith that it's going to work out. You're like, you know what? My spouse might not approve of this, but I know this is right. I know this will lead me down the right path, or I know this will help me grow the business that I want, or I know this is going to help me get out of my own way for once. And I'm going to trust that it's going to be okay. And you lean into faith, and you just trust. What emotions do you feel then? It's excitement. It's joy. It's gratitude. It's passion. It's you're thrilled. You're proud of yourself. When you invest in yourself on a high level, you're so proud of yourself. That's what you do. You're so incredibly proud of yourself, so you take more action, you're more energetic, you're more enthusiastic. So take a look at those two groups of emotions. In a fear-based mindset, if you make decisions based on the conditioning you've had up until now, if you make decisions that way, you don't feel proud of yourself. And you feel horrible emotions like anxiety, depression. But if you make decisions based on who you want to become, not who you currently are, if that's how you make decisions from now on, you feel so proud of yourself. You feel alive, you feel energetic, you feel happy, you feel grateful. And from those two groupings of emotions, which of those two groupings of emotions are you going to be more creative from? Which of those two groupings of emotions are you going to build a business from, be a great parent from, have a better marriage from? It's all from that state of faith. Trusting that it's going to be okay, taking a leap of faith when it's uncomfortable. That's where the game changes, guys. You're going to face a point in your life. And you've probably experienced this feeling before, where a window of opportunity has opened up for you. And you've said, that would change my life so much. But fear got in the way. And it pulled you back. It grabbed you and it pulled you back into that black hole of negativity. And you felt shitty about it. You knew you wanted to do it, but then you started creating these stories, right? You started rationalizing why, no, it's okay. I'm doing the right thing here to make sure my family's okay. You start making up these bullshit stories so you feel better about your decision. That's what we'll do. We want to comfort ourselves. But in those moments, if you take a leap of faith, the game will change forever. So think about this. A lot of times in life, I learned this from Gabby Bernstein in the book, The Universe Has Your Back. I highly recommend this book. I don't have any kickback for this. This book is a game changer. So in the book, The Universe Has Your Back, she does this beautiful example of a movie reel where imagine you're in the movie theater and you're sitting there watching a movie and you're someone who likes romantic comedies, right? And you love how the resolution goes at the end. You love that they all end up happy and peaceful and in a relationship and in love at the end. But you find yourself in a horror movie. Aren't you in that same spot right now? Right? Where you want this amazing resolution, but you're sitting in a horror movie. A horror movie where fear consumes you consistently and you don't know which direction to go. And you're saying, no, don't walk down into that basement in your underwear. That's stupid. There's someone with a chainsaw down there, right? And you're just wishing that the person makes it alive at the end, which you know they're probably not going to. And you know that if there is going to be a peaceful resolution, it's going to be so far into the future. They're going to have to go through so many obstacles to get there. And it's going to be just traumatic and horrible. And that's how people that want a happy life watch horror movies, right? They want an amazing ending, but in the movie theater, they're terrified. And they're freaking out the entire time. And a lot of people think that sitting in that movie theater, waiting until the end, keep operating out of that same mindset you have about success now, is how you're going to get to the peaceful resolution. That's not how it works. Because what would happen if you just went to the back of the theater and put on a romantic comedy instead? the game would change forever. Because if you put that romantic comedy or that love story on in the back of the movie theater and you switch the film reel from horror to something where you just feel inspired and uplifted and motivated, then all of a sudden you feel alive starting right now. It's not this big long thing before you have success. You had faith that changing your mindset, changing your approach to success would lead to a happy resolution, and it did. And it did. That's what we need to do. We don't need to just sit through the horror movie of life and make decisions based on fear the rest of our life. We need a paradigm shift. We need to switch to a state of having faith, trusting that it's going to be okay, trusting that it's going to work out. And when you do that and you trust it's going to work out, you feel alive. And when you feel alive, you make more successful decisions, so you create the future that you want. So you're at a place right now where you can choose to make decisions based out of faith or a state of fear. Totally your call either way. And if you keep going the same way, you'll be making decisions based out of fear. But let me ask you a question. Is that working for you? Is it working for you the way that things have been going? And if not, it's time that we change it. That's what we need to do. Make sense? So choose faith instead of fear today. If I can leave you with one last thing. Whenever you're in those states where you need to choose a positive emotion and you're about to take that leap of faith on yourself, but all those fear-based thoughts come into your mind, I just want you to pause. Pause for 10 seconds and take a really big deep breath and say to yourself, I choose to have faith and trust that it's going to work out. I choose to have faith and trust that it's going to work out. And see how more relaxed you feel about that decision. You'll feel so much better. So what's something that you've wanted to do for a while? What's something that you've really wanted to go after for a while? Maybe it's work with me through Appreciation Academy. I have my link right here on the page for you to enroll. What's that thing? It doesn't have to be that. It can be anything. What's that thing where you want to take a leap of faith so bad, but fear has consumed you? My challenge for you today is to go take that leap of faith right now. Take the leap of faith right now. And whatever it is for you, choose to choose faith instead of fear. And pause in those initial moments and take that big deep breath. I choose to have faith and trust that it's going to work out. I hope this served you today. If it did serve you, I'm doing a $50 Amazon gift card raffle in the month of February for anyone that goes to my podcast on iTunes, gives it a star rating, whatever you feel is appropriate, and a written review. Take a screenshot, send it to brad@bradbizjack.com. If you do that this month in the month of February, and I get that email from you, I'm entering you into a raffle to win a $50 Amazon gift card just for you sharing this, for you sharing your experience with this, because we want to get this to more people. And the more reviews we have, the more people we can touch. So I hope you took a lot of value out of this today. Choose to have faith instead of fear. And if you feel Appreciation Academy is the right fit for you, I have a 50% discount for anyone that decides to enroll in Appreciation Academy through my podcast. All you have to do is head to appreciationacademy.com or go to bradbizjack.com and click on Appreciation Academy. Enter the promo code PODCAST, all one word in all caps, PODCAST. You'll get a 50% off discount if that's the leap of faith that you choose. So I hope you took a lot out of this today. Thank you so much for tuning into the Path to Mindset Mastery. My name is Brad Bizjack. Go out there today and every day and live your life with a genuine smile on your face. And when you choose faith, when you choose to have faith, it's really easy to do that. I'll see you next week.